An infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Red Recover can maximize your efforts by potentially improving cellular metabolism, blood circulation, and muscle recovery. Evolve your training and step into the new era of muscle recovery. Red Recover.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayum is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayum, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayum can help.
The Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzugaray and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Let's step into the world of cryptocurrency with a guy that loves to talk crypto in the world of blockchain technology.
It's time to talk crypto with my bro, the Big O, so turn it up and listen, dude.
It's the Crypto Bro Show with Orlando Alzugaray.
All righty. Welcome back, folks. Yes. Appreciate all of you out there. Those of you joining us on the Crypto Bro Show, thank you for taking the trip with us as we are ready to rock a little bit here and talk a little crypto. Let me make sure we've got this going on. We've got everything going on. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button for those of you out there. And let's see, we've got to, of course, add a little something here. And there we go. Right, if I'm correct. Yes, there we go. All righty. Yes, I like it. There we are. And let's make sure we clear up some of the clutter going on. Welcome aboard to the Crypto Bro Show. Lots of things to talk about in today's crypto show. Bitcoin right now is hanging around the mid 24, and this is really good. Okay. I mean, all of this is really good because when you were at 16.5, you found the floor, right? And then it hung around the 16.5, 17, 18 area for a while for us, right? And those of you had an opportunity to collect and try to, DCA, dollar cost average, into all of that. You had an opportunity to buy, Bitcoin at an all-time low that it's been, and it hasn't been for a long time. And by the way, on the next bull run, you'll never see these kind of lows ever again. Okay. Maybe the low next time will be 30, 35, 40, something like that, because it's going to go closer to 70 to 100 in the next bull run. And so then when you have, the capitulation, when you have consolidation and those kind of things, because remember what we've told you in the last couple of weeks is that you're going to have, as it goes up and it goes on these parabolic runs, remember, you and I that are working stiffs, we're putting $5 here or 15 or 50 or 100 or 300 or 500, whatever you can afford. But rich people, they're putting in $500,000. They're putting in $5 million. They're putting in $15 million. They're putting in $50 million. And so when it goes from 25 to 40 or 25 to 35, they're making so much money that they have to sell out, because they're bringing in a ton of profits. And then that's where you have your volatility, right? So you'll have your ups and then you'll have your downs. But the key, if you look at it, it's a higher high and a higher low. And that's what's been going on. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's what I'm trying to kind of lead to. that you were hanging around that's 16.5, 17, 18 area for a while. Then it jumped up to 21, and it hung in there at 21 for a couple of days, for a couple of weeks, actually. I'm sorry. And now you've been almost at a week. It's like 5 or 6 days, I believe now, that you've been in this 24, 25 range. And this is good because as you consolidate and then you find a new floor, that's usually becomes, instead of your what's it called? Your roadblock, in other words, it becomes the floor now instead. So now you can then build a higher high from there. And that is the positive. And so to me, I find this to be incredibly positive. That if as long as it's maintaining, what you don't want is a major fluctuation where it goes up and then it comes right back down to, let's say, 16.5 again. That would be depressing to one extent. I wouldn't mind, because that would give me an opportunity to buy more at 16.5, but it still would be kind of depressing because it would feel kind of like a setback. Okay. And now we have this, and we've been talking about it on our regular show. We told you, I think on Monday, we told you that the Asian invasion is happening in crypto right now. And as you see there, Hong Kong now, a vision as a crypto hub. It's funny because people would tell me at times, China is anti-crypto and all that. And it's like, VeChain's, there's like several companies that come from China. VeChain moved out of China, by the way. I think they're in Malta, I believe. They're in Europe now. But they're still a Chinese company. And if you notice, it's had a pump now, got to 3 cents. I wonder if it's held it on this little dip, or did it fall right under the 3 cent area? But it was stuck in the 2.3, 2.4 area, and it shot up over half a cent to over 3 cents. Yeah, it's 311 right now. It's held pretty strong right now over the 3 cent mark, which is really, really good. Just like Avalanche right now, it is running. It's one of the few in the green, and it's over $21, running well, but not a Chinese company. But VeChain is. So it's funny to hear people say, "Oh, they're not anti-crypto. They're very pro-crypto." Okay, and if you read this article here, in talking about Hong Kong's vision, and it says Hong Kong Security and Futures Commission officially released a statement outlining its plan to allow retail investors, that's you and me, so the average person, to trade cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, only exchanges that are licensed by the agency will be able to facilitate the same. Investor protection is one of the key focus areas of the SFC, something the SEC should be doing. But Gary Gensler is like going after Do Kwon now, after it's been a year. He's on the run. It's not even an American company or anything like that, and everybody already lost their money. It's such a joke. And exchanges will have to be very wary of the exposure limits, risk profiles, etc. The special administrative region remains committed to becoming a crypto hub, and its intention of opening doors for retail traders seems to be a huge leap in that direction. Okay, so now you're talking about, Hong Kong and China really opening themselves up, and now the money, all the money, that's where this pump has been going on the last couple of days. This pump here to 25, I think it's Asian related. It's part of it because, China, North Korea, Russia, they want to keep their people stupid. They want to keep their people down. They want to control their people. That's why they're communist, socialist, whatever the hell they want to label themselves. And the fact that China is actually doing this, and I'm sure there are already people that are investing with VPNs and trying to do it other ways without trying to get busted from the government. But now that they can do it openly, this helps. Remember, the New York Stock Exchange is here in America, and then there's another exchange in London, there's another exchange in China, and there's another exchange in Russia, and there's another one in Switzerland, and everybody has their own exchanges. Crypto's worldwide. Okay, Bitcoin's worldwide. This is what it opens up. Japan is also very open now to crypto, along with China now. Do you know how much money that represents? That is going to be an infusion like we have not seen. So part of like where I was dead wrong, I thought we were still going to go into a bear market to like July or August of this year. And I thought maybe the second half it would turn around. And maybe we still have volatility to come, which I think we will. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be, where the numbers are going to stay low. I think there'll be volatility as we climb. We'll have some setbacks and climb again and have some setbacks. But remember what I told you. As long as you continue to see higher lows and higher highs, macro. Remember, I always tell you this, okay? I always tell you this on my regular show, but now, obviously now that we're going to do more of this crypto talk often, I always tell you, zoom out. Macro, not micro. Don't live per hour. Don't live per half day or a day or two. That doesn't really tell you the whole story. You've got to take a view, a long point of view. And when you look out, you don't see the volatility of this week where they've been stuck for 4, 5, 6 days in that same 23.5, 25 range. You don't look at it that way. You look out and you go back to December and you see the climb from 16.5 to where we're at. And that's what you've got to look at, because that's what counts. It's the run on the macro, not the micro. That's where you've got to zone out and look at where you stand, no matter if it's Bitcoin or Polygon or I don't care, Avalanche or Shib or whatever it is. But all of this is incredible news for crypto fans and crypto investors, because worldwide is where this pump is going to go. It's pretty cool. Very cool. The other thing that, and I've been kind of talking about this, this is the bad and not so good. And what I mean is, I just told you that in China, they've kept their people down, just like I'm sure in North Korea, just like in Russia, they've kept them all down. That's kind of what they do in those kind of environments. And here in the United States, they've kept you down with crypto. You've got a lot of, listen, man, we just had an Illinois senator and some jackass Florida lawyer. They wanted to pass a bill that wants to make miners and validators on the blockchain to be able to reverse transactions. That's the problem with centralized stuff. and it shows you how stupid, how naive, how ignorant that Florida lawyer is and that idiot senator, because you can't reverse it. There's no reversing on the blockchain. Okay? That once the validators have solved the problem and have sealed the transaction, it moves forward and we move on to the next one. And it cannot be. That's why it doesn't get hacked, because you just cannot reverse it. That's not the way it goes. But it shows you what goes on in this country and all over the world. There are a lot of people that don't understand crypto, don't understand what a blockchain is, don't understand what a miner and a validator is. They don't understand how all of this works. And that's the problem that we have. And because we have so many in the government and so many Americans that don't have a freaking clue, we're falling behind. We're falling behind. There are certain states, I will give them credit, like Texas, that are very proactive with Bitcoin and crypto. So certain states are understanding it, and they're realizing that this is the way of the world. This is where we're going. And so here you go. Here's what I'm going to show you. Bit generations in bringing in Bitcoin education to Italian high schools. Bitpolito, a group of students from Del Torino University who seek to address training, research, and development on Bitcoin in Italy, Bit Generation, a project that aims to bring Bitcoin education to Italian high schools. According to the press release sent to Bitcoin Magazine, the university will host 10 meetings of 3 hours each for 30 to third, fourth, and fifth grade students at a local high school. Experts and teachers had already talked about Bitcoin in the past to some classes through small independent initiatives, but Bit Generation has done a whole different tenor. From the first time in public schools welcome Bitcoin training in a formal way, the 30 hours are part of what is called PCTO, which in Italian means Pathways for Transversal Skills and Orientation, a 300-hour course of compulsory work over a 3-year period for all students throughout the country. And young people are a lot quicker to understand crypto because they can adjust a lot faster to all of this. But to me, this is something that needs to happen more here in this country. But here's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. The dollar is the strongest dollar in the world. So we don't have the problems that they have in Colombia. We don't have the problems that they have in Brazil, in Argentina, in Russia, in other places. So the shit will hit the fan faster over there. So they are going to learn because of necessity, because their dollar is crumbling and not worth anything, like what's gone on in, I believe it was Nigeria, where they were told that their dollar is useless. The banks were closed. Their money is useless. They got to, and they're burning banks down and stuff like that. This is going to happen. It'll eventually happen to us because of we cannot sustain the amount of debt that we're in. It's impossible. Eventually, they will either reset, which is what they're talking about, the great reset of all this. And oh my God, good luck to your money in the bank when they do that stuff. I'm just saying. And so in Colombia, they're going to learn about Bitcoin faster than we are. And in Brazil, they're going to learn about Bitcoin faster than we are. And El Salvador, they're already learning about Bitcoin. They already know more. The average person in El Salvador knows more about Bitcoin than we do. It will be the currency of the world. It's going to happen. Okay? But you see it there. Italian schools already teaching. Let me show you another thing here. Also, next thing that we're looking at. Hopefully it'll come up here. All right. Now, here we go. This is from Bitcoin Archive. Banks have now shown interest in trading cryptocurrencies on behalf of their customers and providing related services. European Commission is talking. And why do you think they're doing that? Because they know that fiat currency is on the way out. They know that everything will be a digital currency moving forward. It's more expensive to have coins and dollars floating around. Then on top of all of that, the dollar is so inflationary that it's losing its value. And let me tell you something, what we've seen over the last, I don't know, I want to say about 12, 15 years, that a lot of these European countries, they ended up stocking up on gold. And England sold a lot of their gold, and U.S. sold some of their gold and all that kind of stuff. And there have been other countries because people are afraid that fiat currency is at a crossroad. And eventually there's going to be a lot of problems all around the world when it comes to fiat currency. And this is why they're talking about CBDCs, and this is why banks now, they either adapt or die. As I've been telling you on my show for months, for over a year or two, I've been telling you, bank branches will soon disappear. You're going to start seeing less and less and less and less bank branches because there'll be less usage for them. And as you get smart, you will learn you are a bank. You are your own bank. You have the power now. You have the power that the banks have had the entire time. You just got to learn how to use it so you can abuse it and use it to your favor and help your family grow. But banks know it's coming. That's why the Charlie Mungers of the world are against crypto. That's why the Warren Buffetts of the world are against crypto, because their entire existence is tied to fiat currency. So they cannot shit on what has fed them forever. So they're either too ignorant or they're too evil that they're willing to spread misinformation for their benefit. Kind of like Fox anchors, spread misinformation for their benefit, that kind of stuff. And so the average person falls for it. So there you see, banks already, they're going to adjust, and you're going to see a lot of Fidelity here in the United States. Fidelity is working on their own app for crypto. They're working on their own crypto exchange. They're already testing it now. Pretty soon, Fidelity, one of the bigger banks in this country, is going to be a crypto exchange. And remember, they're all already approved through the SEC. So all they have to do is then add this element and they'll approve it through there. Now, remember, wherever you buy crypto, you make sure that you can take it off the exchange immediately and put it in your cold storage wallet. Okay? Or a trust wallet or whatever, but somewhere where you have your 12 words, where nobody can touch it, nobody can hack it. Okay? And remember, your 12 words, never put it online. Never save it on your email. Never save it on your phone somewhere. Never put it anywhere online. Always put it down somewhere. Write it down. Put it in stone. I don't care. Put it somewhere. Put it in a safe. Put it in a safety deposit box. Put it somewhere where it cannot get ruined, where it cannot get wet. It can't get on fire or whatever. And if you can, memorize your 12 words. Memorize the 12 words. Memorize the order of the 12 words. Okay? Very, very important. Jonathan Cagle, thank you for the love on the super chat. Very nice. I think that's our second super chat we've gotten on the Crypto Show. So thank you very much. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, because we get 100% of the donation there at Cash Big O Show. YouTube takes 30% of the donation. And remember, you can make a Bitcoin donation through Cash App or Venmo. And hey, it's a crypto show. That's the best thing to donate, is a little Bitcoin. But thank you. So now let me show you this. Again, El Salvador. I think their bonds are like the second best in the world right now in performance, because they have bought a ton of Bitcoin. And here you are watching classes being taught in Ataco, El Salvador. Okay? It's pretty cool. You listen to what he was just saying there. He was explaining that the banks, your money's in the bank, but whose money is it? Is it yours or is it the banks? It's the banks. Do you think every bank in the world has your money right there, ready for you? You think everybody that walks into that branch, you think in the vault is all the money that every one of you have saved? No. No, because they don't have that liquid. Just want you to know that. I want you to think about that. I just want you to think about that. Everyone in America that has money in their checking and savings account, if they wanted to pull it all out, they could never do that. They don't have that money liquid. They would have to print it, which then what would it do? Devalue your money even more, because it goes down 6 to 8% every year. And by the way, banks have already done it several times over the last year, where there's been issues around the world and they have shut down the branch and people don't have access. In Nigeria, Nobody could get their money out. They're done. Happened in Canada, happened in Russia, happened in China. The banks don't have your money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And these are the things we're all going to learn the hard way. Oh my God, we are going to learn the hard way. We are going to go in through an experience that my kids are going to have to. Maybe I may not, maybe they put it off for 10, 20 years or something, but it's coming. I don't know how long they can put it off. I don't even think they can put it off for 20 years. I don't even think they'll put it off for 10, but it's coming. We're going to have to pay the piper. And these countries, the world is going to move ahead of us on this because we are kept in the dark on all of that. Here you go. Here they are in Guatemala, and they are buying Bitcoin. There you go. Got on a little Bitcoin taxi. You get on, you take your trip, you pay for your Bitcoin, you pay for the trip, and you're done. This is in Guatemala. In Guatemala, they're purchasing stuff with Bitcoin. They're already learning how to do it. You know, it's because these are the things that are developing all over the world. One of the things that you do when you're buying stuff, you're using the Lightning Network. And here's the Lightning Network in Guatemala at a cafe. Well, this is Brazil, I'm sorry, a cafe in Brazil. And he's showing you how he went to the cafe and he bought something with Bitcoin. It's going to happen. You pay with Apple Pay, you pay with your, we pay now with our phones a lot, right? MasterCard, Visa, American Express, you use your Apple Pay, whatever it is, you can pay with your phone. This is exactly what's coming. And you will control it all. This is why I want to show you it in work. I want to show you how it is working, how it is moving forward in so many parts of the world. Eventually, it's going to happen here. But I'm just afraid that we're going to fall behind as Americans. I'm terrified of it. I know I'm ahead of it, and I'm fine, and I'm happy with it. I hope some of you are able to really understand and grip what's going on, because this is what's taking over. What else do we have here? A little SHIB news for you. Okay, now this headline, Shibarium is coming, which is the layer 2 on top of Shibarium's layer, on top of SHIB's layer 1. Now, SHIB is built off of the Ethereum blockchain, okay? It's an ERC token. And they have a lot of things. They have NFTs going on. They have multiple coins. They're building a metaverse. And then part of it is a layer 2. And for them to build a layer 2, this will now allow businesses to build on top of their blockchain. And I would imagine that you're going to see probably some gaming also come to the SHIB blockchain because of their metaverse and all the other things that they're building on there. See, the difference between SHIB and Dogecoin has no utility whatsoever outside of a payment source. Okay. And lots of coins can be payment sources, but that is Doge's only hope. Okay. All right. That's their only hope. And it's really Elon. Elon's the only one that's really kept Doge alive. So if he uses it for purchasing stuff on Twitter, that might save Doge. But with SHIB can be the same thing as Doge for currency, but it also has business now. It has NFTs. It has multiple coins like the Bone and what's the other one? Leash, right? Bone, Leash. I think there might be a fourth one actually. So they have multiple coins. And then they also have NFTs. Like I told you, they're going to build a metaverse, and now they've got a layer 2. So, I mean, if you're able to build a layer 2, then you are ready to build more dApps and DEX and all kinds of different businesses and things like that to end up going on that layer 2 chain. So this opens up more business for SHIB. Now, will SHIB get to a penny? I got to tell you, I don't think so. If you look at the market cap, how many times it would have to, time over and over, I don't know how many times to get to a penny, the market share would be, I don't know, higher than Ethereum or something. And I don't think it'll ever get to that. I really don't. If it can get to the digit before that and half of that, that would be a miracle. Okay? That would be a miracle. But the Shibarium is going to be released this week. After months of waiting, it appears Shibarium's launch is right around the corner. According to multiple sources, the Layer 2 scaling solution will be revealed. And according to the recent tweets, and it says that the Shibarium will go live between February 27th and March 5th. The update from crypto YouTuber Upop shared the news to his 189,000 followers. And he explained that he received an exclusive call from the lead Shiba Inu developer. He further stated that the information came directly from the lead developer himself in a group chat. He explained in his YouTube video. And he says that they're excited from a large number of Shiba Inu supporters. Now, some are skeptical and have questions of the credibility of the source. We'll find out. But the Shibarium has been they've been working on this forever. So I'm not surprised if this is actually already coming out for development. So let me see what else is there. I think, what else do we have here that I wanted to read? No, okay, that's it. That's pretty much it on the update for the Shibarium. I don't think there was any. I thought there might have been one more note that I wanted to mention, but overall, a lot of good stuff is happening in the SHIB universe, and it is I would say what's it called? I would call it very very productive is what's going on with SHIB. And if you invested in SHIB, I think you're going to see some profits down the line, some serious profits. I think it'll end up happening. But it's a long-term hold. I think you're looking at something late 23 to 24 when you're really going to see some serious movement, because now that you get the layer 2 going, you still have to build some of the businesses and everything on top of it. And I think overall that's what will end up happening. Bitcoin 24,638 right now. Wow. Avalanche moved up to 3.5% right now. That's one of the few coins, the only coin that I own that is in the green right now, but there aren't a lot of them that are in the green overall. Let me see something here. Let's see. Ho Yoon, thank you for the love on Super Chat. And Steve M says, so now I can spend some money on sports comments, then learn to make it all back on the crypto show. Exactly, dude. You can make it all back on the crypto show. If you would have invested in Alethea artificial intelligence when I told you back in August, when it was just under a penny, and it went to 9 cents. Now it's been stuck at 5.5 cents, but it went to 9 cents. You would have more than 8 times your money. You would have made a lot of money there. And remember, folks, do not be shy about taking profits. Always take the profits, man. Never be shy about taking the profits. And thank you for the Venmos, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. Very nice of you all. Thank you. Let me see if we got any questions here on the thing on the chat board. How did he change the background so quickly? It's a curtain, bro. It's not a big deal. Dollar cost average, got it. Yes, always DCA, baby. The upcoming recession might help the crypto market. Well, Green Lion, you are correct. If the dollar suffers, Bitcoin will soar. Yes, you are correct. But if recession hits hard, crypto's not saved. Neither is the stock market. You need liquidity. If liquidity is not there, folks, it's, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? For nothing survives without liquidity. Let's just call it like we see it. So that to me, you got to be careful in that one. If things get bad, which is what I thought was going to happen this year, I thought we were going to still have a terrible half year, and this has been way better than I ever expected, to be quite honest. So Green Lion, to a certain extent, I think you might be right. But then remember, if it gets to a point where it's liquidity is out, where there isn't enough to, to pay for things and all that, everything suffers then. Real estate market, stock market, crypto market, bonds and yields may go up. That's kind of that's the safe route that people take. Now you see that yields are the bonds and the yields, really the return now is a joke. It's not even worth it. So that's why you're seeing a growth in risk assets now, because now investors know that now is the time to take more chances at this point. So thank you, Green Lion. Litecoin has a bright future alongside Bitcoin. I like Litecoin. I think I think it has a bright future as a payment source. Do I think it's anywhere like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Polygon or something like that? No, but I think Litecoin is solid. We're going to have a big issue when the U.S. entire income is going to just pay interest on the debt, and the fiat BS is going to come to an end. I know, Green. You understand it, Green Line. Some ugly shit is going to happen, man. Ugly, ugly, ugly. And they know it. And it's almost like they don't want you to build your way out of this, which is through Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Again, not a financial advisor, just a guy that loves crypto. There's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment and information purposes only. You got to do your own homework. But Green Lion, I think, thinks like I do, that this is going in a terrible direction. Absolutely terrible direction. And we have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our families. So what can I tell you? In the future, Litecoin might work as a side chain of Bitcoin. Well, it's not on the Bitcoin blockchain. But listen, I think Litecoin has a usage. Look, eventually, like, I would never use my Bitcoin to purchase anything. That's going to happen for the average person around the world. They're going to use Bitcoin early on, but eventually, because it's so limited, because there's only 21 million and 3 to 4 million of those Bitcoins are already lost. So we're really down to like 17 million Bitcoins. And it's going to go up so much in value that people will then hold on to it instead of using it as currency. And then that's when the Litecoins, I think Ethereum is the one that's going to become also big time currency. I think a lot of people will use Ethereum because, to me, Bitcoin and Ethereum are, the Apple, Amazons of your stocks, Tesla, Microsoft, all those stocks that you can't lose, that when they go on dips, buy them with confidence because they're all going to bounce back and even stronger than ever and grow forever because they are needed. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that you're eventually all these other coins, you're right. Litecoin might become, the payment source for all of us. I've used it many times sometimes in certain exchanges that I'll buy some Litecoin to go switch, turn it over to another coin that I can get. So I've done that with Litecoin. I've never bought anything with Bitcoin. I never will, unless it got so ridiculous that one day I want to buy a house or something, or buy a car or something, or buy something for my daughter that is life-changing, and I can do it because Bitcoin went up so much. Maybe I can do it then, but everyday usage, nothing. I'm not doing any of that. I buy whatever Bitcoin I buy, I hodl it, and I never touch it. Okay? I've been into crypto a little over 2 years. I've never sold any of the Bitcoin I bought from day one. Never. Don't plan on doing it. In fact, 78%. I think it's 78 or 72. I'm sorry. I'm going off memory. It's either 72 or 78% of Bitcoin has not moved in over 2 years. I'm one of those. Okay. Yeah, my Bitcoin's not moving. If I'm ever going to use it as currency, I'll use other things as currency. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'll do. Big O, do you know why OKCoin stopped their earnings? Yes, I do. Of course I do. The SEC, they were probably not in compliance. They did not want to get fined $30 million, just like what's the exchange that Genesis? Was it Genesis or which is the exchange? The one that they just got fined 30 million. I'm brain farting right now. But they just got it because they did not have because you have to tell the SEC that you're staking, and then you have to sign a form to make it legal. They missed out from signing the form, and they eliminated their entire staking. And now they don't even have that company. OKCoin, what they did was they pulled it. So now they'll try to get compliant with, remember, they're a Philippine company. So they're not an American company. So now they've got to make sure, so they want to do business in America, they now have to go to the SEC and then get compliant with the SEC, and then they can restart, staking. But I think they wanted to avoid, it was Gemini? No, it wasn't Binance. It was Gemini. Thank you, Rod. And they don't want to end up like Gemini paying $30 million for no reason at all. And so, I hated it because I was getting close to 11% on my Mina. And that was the only thing that I was leaving there for a while. And then once they stopped staking, I took the Mina off and I put it back into my cold storage wallet. So I was taking a chance, but I know the people are OKCoin and they're not having any issues. They're fine. They're not using your funds or anything. They live off of the commission that they get from everybody purchasing, which is what you're supposed to do, which you should make more than enough money just making off commissions. And I get it that maybe you weren't making nearly as much during the bear run over the last year. Only idiots like me were buying like crazy during the last year. I'm the nutbag that was like, no, dude, this is when you buy. You know what I mean? Most people were scared, and that's why I have Hedera at, like 4 cents, and it's at 8.5. Immutable X at 40, 42, 44 cents, and it's been over $1 now. That kind of stuff. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. VeChain got down to like 1.6 cents. It's up over 3 cents. So now I've already doubled that investment. That's what you're supposed to do. You keep buying all the way down and you buy more as it goes lower. It's harder to do that because you're like, wait a minute, we're in a bear market. Things are just going down. I'm supposed to buy more? Yeah. What you're not supposed to do is buy when it's going parabolic. That doesn't make any sense. You buy, you hold, you're patient, and then, I held Alethea from the summer under a penny, and I told people about artificial intelligence then, and now's when everybody's talking about it in the last month and a half or two. Meanwhile, I'm talking about artificial intelligence, 6 months ago. You got to read up on this. You got to be ahead of the curve on all of this. That where I misjudged it is that I thought I was going to have more bottom for a while. And this is where you never know when the bottom is and when the top is. And it seems like between October and December, that was our bottom. And we've been then climbing out of the bottom. We're not in the bull run yet, but we're kind of like coming out of the bear and we're starting that upward curve towards the bull. We haven't really gone completely bullish yet. But those of us that took advantage of the bear bottom that came in, whether it's Bitcoin at 16.5, whether it's Ethereum, by the way, I bought Ethereum at 900 and 1,000. It's at 1,700. Loaded up on Ethereum at that price. I'm way in the profits with my Ethereum. Way in the profits with Ethereum. But I'm not done yet because the bull run hasn't even started. This bitch went to 4,700. I expect Ethereum to go on the next bull run to $7,000 to $10,000, I think. That's what you got to do. You got to have patience. You got to have some guts. Okay? And so when people are panicking, that's probably the best time to actually take advantage of all of this. And those of you that took advantage while the panic was going on in October, November, and December, right now you're laughing your ass off because the bull run hasn't started and you're already in the green. Listen to me. The bull run hasn't started, and all of you that invested in October, November, and December, you are way in the green already. Way in the green. Because Polygon was at 75 cents. It's at $1.50. I can just go on and talk about all these coins and tell you where they were in October, November, December, and where they are now. And hell yeah, you're making a lot of money. You've doubled, tripled your money already. That's part of the investments. You got to have the patience. You got to have the discipline. Big O, so recession can present an even better buying opportunity. Yes. What? As long as it's not affecting you and you have discretionary income in a recession. Okay? That's the challenge. You know what I'm saying, Green Line? Rich people, they always have discretionary income. Us working stiffs, like I say, never invest your rent, your mortgage money, your car, your food you need on the table, school for your kids. Come on, that's ridiculous. Never, ever do that. But your discretionary income stuff that you're willing to lose, because that's the way you got to look at it. Yeah, man. Definitely. Definitely. No doubt about it. By the way, Nature Bee is a proud sponsor of our program. We've been talking about Nature Bee for about 20 years now. And I tell you about Nature Bee because it powers me through my day. And Nature Bee's got some amazing deals going on right now. What if I tell you $85, okay, for 100 days? That's 85 cents. You get a 200 cap supply. You take 2 golden capsules every day, only $85. Plus, we're going to throw in a free Manuka honey lip balm for free. You get highlight and libido. You get more energy. You boost your immune system, less stress, muscle recovery for those of you that are working out. And listen, fuller hair, stronger nails, all kinds of, plant pollen has been around forever. And it's grown in clean green New Zealand, okay? And it's not made in some lab or anything. It's great for the kids. It's great for the adults. You can't OD on it. You take the 2 golden capsules. Somebody takes 15 of them. You don't have to worry. They just boosted the hell out of their immune system. And by the way, in today's virus-filled world, Nature Bee can help out. Go to naturebee.com/Big O. That's naturebee.com/Big O and order that 200 cap supply. 85 cents a day. That's 2 a day for 100 days. That's nothing. Plus, we're going to give you a free Manuka honey lip balm. Very, very cool. I use it all the time whenever I need it. I've been using it for years. Go to naturebee.com/Big O Show. Big O is quiet, the legend. Thanks so much for making the video. I learned so much from you. Thanks again. Thank you, Mr. Viper. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for joining us here on the program. What's my Cash App? Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show on Cash App or Venmo. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What do you honestly see Bitcoin getting by 2030? Oh, it'll be a couple 100,000. By 2030, easily a couple 100,000. I don't know about 500,000 or 1 million. Some people think 700,000, all that. But I'm thinking 250,000, 300,000 for a Bitcoin by 2030. I think we'll be over 50 by June of next year. Okay? Yeah. I just think it's I think what's going to speed it up is the economical disaster that's happening around the world in different countries. And they are going to have no choice but to go to Bitcoin. They're going to get ahead of most of you out there collecting their own Bitcoin and then creating the value even more. And so, the Bitcoin you could have had for 16,500 in December will probably, if you ever can afford it, will cost you 50, 70, 100,000, 200,000 down the line, and nobody will own one. It'll be so hard to actually own one at that point. And that's the reason why we tell you to DCA all the way down, and you're still DCAing on the way. I'm still DCAing. I'm still buying a little Bitcoin. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to get as much as I can because there's only a certain amount, and you're going to see 5, 10, 15 years from now how valuable that will be. Again, as I've told you, in 1908, the dollar was $1. Since then, okay, what you could have bought for $1 now costs you $6.36. That's how much inflation. The dollar that you in 1908 is now 3 cents. This is why we need many jobs. This is why we've got to work all these hours, because the inflation is going way too fast. The interest rates are going way too fast for the income that's coming in for the average person. So that's why you buy less. Every day you buy less with the same dollar. And then I tell people, okay, so if you had $1,000 in December, you had 1,000 American dollars in the bank and $1,000 in Bitcoin in December. Right now, you have 1,500 in Bitcoin, which now you can turn it over to cash if you want. So you gain $500 in a couple of months, less than a couple months. How's your dollar from December to now? Is it still worth $1, or is it worth like 98 cents now? Because the extra $500 allows you to buy more eggs. How many more dollars do you need to buy the same amount of eggs? Bitcoin started at 0 14 years ago. It's at $25,000. What asset is that? What asset does that? Not the dollar. So simple math tells you my Bitcoin is going to grow and I can convert it to my dollars, but I'll get more dollars out of Bitcoin than I will out of just $1. And if you have your Bitcoin in your cold storage wallet, you can control it. If you have it in a bank and the bank goes belly up and they can close the doors, you may not have access to your money. Nobody can take it away from you when you have it in your cold storage wallet and you have your 12 words. And meanwhile, you're earning interest. Do you know I've got Cosmos on my Exodus wallet, which is also blended in with my Trezor Model T. And I'm earning 22% on my Cosmos. And Cosmos to me still is a bargain at $14. I got in at 9 and 10, and I'm still buying at 14. I bought it at 11. I bought a bunch at $9 and $10, but I'm still buying a little at 11, still buying a little at 12, still buying a little at 13, still buying a little at 14. I'm waiting for it to go over 15, and then I'm going to stop buying. But I'm staking it at 22%. So that I'm gaining more coins in the process. And then it's gaining in value. It's simple math. It's really not that difficult to figure out. And ask anybody. Cap for Life says, I'm getting a Nano, bro. That's a terrific cold storage wallet, my brother. Go for it, Cap for Life. Listen to anybody that took advantage of the dip in the last couple of months of 2022. Ask them how they're doing now. And the bull run hasn't started. Gotta have patience. Let's see what else. The bottom hasn't stopped either. What do you honestly see Bitcoin? Oh no, why do you think people like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger sees? Well, I already told you, Rod, because all their money is made in fiat. Bro, Look, man, none of us can say anything bad about Charlie Munger or Warren Buffett. Those guys are gods. They made their money. Warren Buffett didn't believe in Apple, bro. They don't believe in tech. They're old. They're old farts. He got into Apple late. Do you know Berkshire now, his investment firm, 40% of it is Apple now. The guy that didn't like Apple, the guy that didn't believe in Apple, the guy that just got a $250 million check last week from Tim Cook from Apple. That guy, Warren Buffett, didn't believe in Apple. These old farts don't believe in technology. And that's our problem, because technology is intimidating. It requires you to take the time to learn. Oh, the computer, please. The internet. Get out of here. Can you live without the internet? No. No, you can't. Oh, mobile phones. Yeah, no, that'll never catch on. Get out of here. Bell South was offered the mobile phone. We don't want it. Let the Germans take over. Let Motorola take over. The Germans dominated. They saw the value in it. Now, can you live without mobile phones? No. No, you can't. It's the same shit, man. Technology is intimidating. And as you get older, it becomes even more intimidating. I'm 56. It's impossible to talk to somebody my age about crypto. It's freaking impossible, dude. They're so paranoid. They don't know anything about it. All they know is bullshit that other people talk about that they don't know anything about it. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. I run into somebody younger and I can actually have a conversation. But 99% of the older people that I talk to, it requires you to do your homework, to actually learn about it. And so the internet, oh my God, the internet, intimidating. Now we know about it. Now we're all good. And I keep telling everybody what the blockchain is the upgraded internet. Better get on board. You better get on board. And by the way, we've been going digital forever. Okay. We started with cattle, and then we went with gold and silver and jewels and all that. And then we eventually went to money and coins and all that. And then we went to checks and credit cards. Well, what do you think that is? That's a form of digital payment. What do you think Apple Pay is? So I love this crypto thing won't go on. Well, you moron, we've been in digital forever. This is just a different form of it. It's where you can track it and trace it. And you can actually protect it. Your money. We can protect your brand. They can't steal you. They can't steal shit off of you off the internet anymore. That's what the blockchain does. It's intimidating. It requires you to adjust your life, but it's a hell of a lot easier to stay on the rotary. Yeah, no, I don't need that digital stuff. That's how it goes. You want to keep taking fax, or you want to, email. I don't need email. How's email now working for you? It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. All of it's going to take over, and whether you like it or not, and if you don't adjust, you will fall behind. And that's kind of the theme today, that I'm afraid our country is going to fall behind. Unless, those of us, I think, that are either watching the show, or some of you that are already in on it, you understand that we're ahead of the curve, way ahead of our fellow Americans who are being misled, But, of course, they don't do that, right? Because no network would actually lie about an entire election just to, appease people and feed the masses misinformation. No, they would never do that, right? No, of course not. So they would never mislead you about digital currency and all that. And, where Bitcoin is, and, no, it's the dollar. Please, dude. Don't get jingoistic on me, man. Don't get red, white, and blue thinking that that's the answer. These people don't know what they're doing. None of them do. Democrats, Republicans, they don't know what they're doing. They've all contributed to this mess that is our deficit. Every one of them, every president has contributed to it. That's why they're going to raise the debt ceiling. They have no choice. They can argue, they can bicker, whatever, but the Republicans or the Democrats don't want to shut down the economy. They're not going to be responsible. It's an election year. There's like 300 something seats available from the House and the Senate coming up. None of them are going to. This is all posturing bullshit that's going to go on. They're all going to talk their crap, and eventually they'll all give in because nobody has a solution. Not the Dems, not the reps. They don't have any solutions. So they can bitter and they can complain about this or that or whatever. They will both contribute to burying us, both of them. And the faster you understand that you need to pull for Americans, not Democrats or Republicans, it's the faster that we will get out of this hole ever. And the faster, I believe, not a financial advisor, you learn digital and you learn crypto, you learn about Bitcoin, you will be able to avoid the major disaster that is coming overall for America. Our financial disaster is only going to get worse. Okay. Forgive me up front. I am just getting started personally. I need a crypto for dummies mentor. I'm 45, but not resistant to change. Do you have other shows that I can watch and gain more knowledge? Yes. George, cryptos are us. Cryptos, the word crypto, the letter R and us. George is a really good dude. He keeps it level-headed all the time. He does a couple of videos, I believe, a day. I catch him every once in a while too. There's a young lady by the name of Crypto Casey, and she does a video like once a week. I think she's a very level-headed person too. Very educational, very smart, very, very smart, by the way. And then I think you've got to then start to read about it and learn and go to different sites, Cointelegraph and things like that. So let me see. Let me give you you want to follow Bitcoin Magazine on Twitter. You want to follow BTC_archive. He does a really good job. Follow Bitcoin News Com on Twitter. Okay. Watcher.guru. Okay. You can learn there about altcoins too and news and everything. Those are some of the sites. Read, folks. Okay. Do not read CNBC, NBC, Fox, Bloomberg. They don't know anything about crypto. They look for stories to scare the shit out of you. Okay. Kind of like what CNN and Fox do all the time, that they try to find the stories to try to, create desperation and FUD and all that with you. You don't want to do that. You don't want to follow those kind of people that you want to follow people that actually really cover the industry and are part of the industry, and they understand and they're looking out for themselves and you at the same time, like I'm doing. I'm not telling you that whatever I tell you, it's because I do it. Whatever coin I talk about is because I really love the coin. I'm pretty sure 95% of the time I have money in that coin that I'm talking about. Very few coins that I talk about that I don't have money in them. I must like them, but I maybe can't, I'm not rich, so I can't afford every coin I like. And there's some coins that I like that I just don't own, and I wish I did, but what am I going to do? I don't have the money, it is what it is, we can only do what we can within our limits. Anyway, there you go. That is the Crypto Bro Show for Tuesday, February 21. We thank you all out there, as always, for tuning in. Please tell other folks about the show. We thank Sean Stanley, who masters this program. We'll see you tomorrow at 8:45. We will start the show, 8:45 Eastern. You all be good.
The CryptoBroShow is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzugaray and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning into the Crypto Show, hosted by Orlando Alzugaray and mastered by executive producer Sean Stanley. To catch up with other episodes, search and subscribe to the Big O Radio Show on most platforms, and follow Big O on Twitter at Big O Show.